Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can. Welcome to the Fresh Toones Show. My name is Dave Paltz, and today's show is dedicated to Mental Health Awareness Month. A good chunk of my early life and in the first career that I held before becoming the creative director at Animated Studio, I worked off and on, actually 3 different times, at the Rochester State Hospital to start with, and then changed their name to the Rochester Psychiatric Center. So I'm quite familiar with many of the mental health issues that come up in folks' lives. It was a pretty tough environment, especially for the patients back in the early 1970s. Started working at the Rochester State Hospital in 1973, worked there till 1976, and then it beat me down so much that I had to take time off and came back later as a rehab counselor and worked for a number of years counseling folks and trying to get them back into the community and through work programs and basically just being human and giving them some good counsel. Going to be playing a number of Fresh Tune songs that are related to the mental health issue. A lot of the folks that I worked with have been beaten down pretty bad in life and had some tough experiences, and their hearts have become frail. Recently, I wrote a song called Frail Hearts, and I really get into the chorus. I think it's one of the best chorus that I've written. It might start out with some little hard to understand poetry or prose. Hopefully, once I get to that chorus, you'll really enjoy the song and maybe understand a little bit of what I was singing about earlier in the song. This song is called Frail Hearts. The frail heart seeks some kind relief from what has come, doubts to overcome. The drumbeat treads within our head, a twirling dervish that sees no end. There seems no exit with each feeble try. We wonder who, we wonder why. We take a breath, we ease and sigh to still the spin to calm our lives. We know now that be rest assured, there is a key that we can turn. The questions ask, what is this key? The muses sing, live your love and be free. Let your love be who you are. Let your love shine like a morning star. Give what you know is true, and love will give back to you. Frail hearts have found a way. They give their love out every day. They thought the sun had disappeared, but they found out that she's still there. Let your love be who you are. Let your love shine like a morning star. Give what you know is true, and love will give back to you. Give back to you, and love will give back to you. One more time now. Let your love be who you are. Let your love shine like a morning star. Give what you know is true, and love will give back to you. Well, I really get into that song, and I love that chorus. Sometimes I think when I'm too old to write any more songs or do any more paintings, I'll probably just lay back and enjoy all these songs that take me off into another world and give me a certain amount of bliss that I don't find in anything else in life. So I guess I'll just keep building up these songs so I have enough when I'm whatever age, and I'll have a few years there I can just lay and listen to these songs and look at my music videos and maybe take a glance at a painting that I've done up on the wall. Well, moving right along here, I don't want to play too many sad songs today, but it is Mental Health Awareness Month, and depression is a big concern for our mental health. In some ways, I've had a pretty easy life. I've had a good relationship in my life, and other than the IRS telling me at one point that I owe them $25,000, which turned out to be totally false, other than those stresses, I've had a pretty easy life, I guess. A couple years ago, my mom, who was 100 years old, died from COVID, and I handled it pretty well there. I had a number of tears that fell at the time, and I was really surprised that within a few days, my mom, who I was very close to, I seemed to get over it, and I wondered why. That's kind of weird. That's already passed or whatever, and 2 or 3 months later, it hit me and just knocked me back where nothing seemed to have any worth or any value, and I wondered why do any of this stuff that I've loved to do for 50 years or longer. Where did that go? I had nothing for weeks on end, and I had a real fear that I wasn't going to come out of whatever funk in the depth of darkness that I was feeling. Gradually, I started to write some songs about that experience, and it helped me work through them. And I think a lot of the ways I took a lot of that information that I learned from folks that I was working with at Rochester State Hospital or the Rochester Psych Center later. Some of that deep hurt I could really relate to. And through the process of writing songs again, I was able to work through it. And I wrote this song called Net of Sadness. In a net strung with sadness, here do I sit. The waves cannot save me, the braids still resist. No breath can I take, no solutions yet seen. The cold all around, oh how mean it all seems. But I still dimly see the light. I hear the foghorn in the night. For ships who've lost their way, to direct them through to a better day. I've clawed back in the past, but this time seems more. The whirlpool's bigger than ever before. Pick up my pen to fend back the villain, to release my balloon to float towards the heavens. And I still dimly see the light. I hear the foghorn in the night. For ships who've lost their way, to direct them back to a better day. From high up above, it's vaguely revealed that love still exists. If we persist, we can heal. And I can see the light. I heard the foghorn in the night. For a ship who'd lost his way directed me to a better day. directed me to a better day. Well, I've been talking way too much today, and I want to get a number of other songs in. This song is a real mellow song. It has a great chorus to it also. It goes like this. Let us lend a helping hand. Let us do all we can. He sits in calm in pastures wide. Deafness he utters his words of rhyme. The gentle shepherd cites his message clear for all the hills and vales to hear. Let us tend to our wish for love. Let us give until it's done. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can. With devoted voice commits himself, a zeal to give from what's heartfelt. The clouds that float and morph above, from hopes to come, brief puffs of love. Let us tend to our wish for love. Let us give until it's done. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can. Alone but one amongst the crowd, a recluse thought by most, but now his private hopes they whispered loud. An introvert has turned around. Let us tend to our wish for love. Let us give until it's done. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can. Not isolated as back when the musician sings, the poet pens. The hermit came from far afield, now joins his voice to see those dreams come real. Let us tend to our wish for love. Let us give until it's done. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can. This is the Fresh Toones Show, and today's show is dedicated to recognizing Mental Health Awareness Month. I shared a little bit about the experience of the loss I felt from losing my mom from COVID, but all of the songs that I wrote about that depressed state somehow helped me to claw up out of that deep hole that I had found myself in. So I'd like to share another one of those. It's called When Grief, and it's about when our grief fits us like a glove and how difficult it is to get loose from that grip of grief. In the end, I think the song assures us that we can do it, and I think oftentimes we might need help from a counselor or other help from a doctor, but we can get out of that grip, and hopefully this song conveys some of that. When your grief fits like a glove, and your grasp won't lose the lust. When the sorrow beneath your tears has buried hope and fed your fears, you know where you must go. Take your heart on a lovely stroll to a place you've known before. Find your love and say, let's go. Say, let's go. Say, let's go. When the monsters fill our heads with screams, when our rusted swords no longer gleam, the anguish woe that held us hostage sought to destroy and nearly cost us. We knew where we had to go. Took our heart on a lovely stroll to a place we'd been before, to find our love and say, let's go. Say, let's go. Say, let's go. When all of this and more rains down, let us take a breath and turn around. Though we lamented, we did not lose our love for giving in what we do. We knew where we had to go. We took our heart on a lovely stroll to a place we'd been before, found our love and said, let's go. We said, let's go. I'm going to try and keep my intro to this next song brief. And it's a song that I wrote about an experience that I actually had on one of the wards in the psych center. I was a counselor at the time, kind of dressed like a counselor with a sweater with cut-off sleeves and a tie and whatever, real professional looking. But anyhow, one of the folks I was working with had lost all hope and had just broken down and was crying, sitting on this kind of dirty floor. A lot of times the floor's not always that clean after they had been mopped hours before. And for some reason I sat down next to her and listened to her, eventually helped her to get up, and it inspired this song some 30 years later, I guess. It's called For the Lonely. In the empty hall you sit, upon the floor no one would wish. With head bowed down no friend is found. In despair she closes in. Your tears fall mute, there is no sound. The quiet snake she wraps around. She suffocates till you break down. Takes hold till you give in. There is no longing when there's no song. Help will come, you still belong. Use every bit of spark you hold to crawl out from the undertow. Take breath there on the beach. A spirit stands with hand out of reach. Pray seclude no more, and take her hand. Now I'm really going to keep this intro short. The song's called Loss. With a grain of salt, we braved our loss. In heaven's name, we bowed and prayed. And destitute, we mourned the cost. In shock we stood, a loved one lost. We'd yet to feel full of lacking, but nights to come, the dread unpacking. The missing pieces in our puzzled lives point to the need to see that love survives. What's been lost cannot remain. A sharpened thorn, a ceaseless pain. The kindness of the one we'd lost can take our hand and give us cause. To give to others as they gave to us, to comfort those now crushed with loss, to pen the songs, to find some way to sing their love every day. Yes, the kindness of the one we lost can take our hand and give us cause to give to others as they gave to us, to comfort those now crushed with loss, to sing their love every day. To sing their love every day. To sing their love every day. Well, I've got time for one more song today on the Fresh Toones Show, dedicated to observing Mental Health Awareness Month. The song's called The Reason Why, and hopefully it gives us a reason to keep going on. So much loss, so much pain, so many tears to try, seemed in vain. The light was dim, our ground was shaking. We wondered why so much was taken. There seemed no reason to even try to understand the reasons why. The reasons why. The reasons why we try to understand the reasons why. We were awakened by a thunderstorm. The dream we were having seems no more. We see the cost of what we've lost. Winter's chill has come, but our love can melt the frost. The reason why we should try. Our love will give us a reason why. Well, that's it for the Fresh Toones Show today. I just want to encourage anybody that may be having some really tough times for themselves, that they seek out some help. Don't be afraid to seek out that help, or to ask friends and family to help you out. Maybe they can help to direct you to the support that you need. I hope everybody takes care of themselves. Be kind to yourself. Have a productive week. So long now. Bye. Let us lend a helping hand. Help us do all we can.